Oscar from ESBR Boxing. I'm delighted to say that I'm joined by a work colleague of mine actually, and top man, football, Liverpool fan, boxing commentator, presenter, the man himself, Ade Oladipo. Ade, thank you so much for joining me. Firstly, how are you feeling? This is such a huge fight. It feels like it's a sort of Clash of the Titans moment. Joseph Parker, both fighters, Fabio Wardley, on incredible runs of form. It's just so difficult to predict this one.
It is. Look, when it was first sort of earmarked, I was like, oh, this is quite risky for both. More risky for the man that's just turned up to my right, because he's been on an incredible run, but he's also been desperate for a fight. And in sometimes desperation, you'll fight anyone, and fighting Fabio as a puncher is a risky fight. But I like it. I think Joseph is second best heavyweight in the world behind Usyk. Fabio is definitely a top 10 guy, and that's what you want to see, two top 10 guys going at each other. O2 Arena, which for me used to hold all the big ones, maybe isn't used as much as it used to or was, but I think it's good to see a big heavyweight clash go back to the O2.
And also, I just wanted to touch on Parker as well. I wanted to touch on Andy Lee. Since he's come in his introduction, I mean, his career, I think, in 2018 there were lots of question marks about whether he could return. Andy Lee's come in, David Lockhart as well, strength and conditioning coach, have massively helped him. I mean, sometimes is it just a matter of a change of coach can just completely change the dynamic of a boxer?
Yeah, that and a couple of big defeats as well, because ultimately defeats make you look at your setup, right? Like, okay, what can we add? And he's added size. He's a big boy. Like, he used to be a guy that used to fight in the 240s, and now he's a guy that fights in the 260s. So he's added 20 pounds of muscle. You mentioned Lockhart there. I've known Lockhart for years because I'm a big MMA fan, and that's where he's come from. And Andy Lee is, for me, probably one of the best minds in boxing now. Obviously, he's come from that Kronk, Emmanuel Stewart sort of a training ship, if you like, and it's just a perfect team. And that's not taking anything away from the team he had before. The team he had before became a world champion, beating Andy Ruiz way back in 2014. But sometimes you do need to mix it up a bit. Sometimes hearing the same voice can get boring. So I think what he's done is kind of built a team around him, but ultimately he's the focal point in that team. He's the main man. So all pressure on him. They can only prepare him, chuck him in the ring. It's up to him to deliver. And so far, Wilder, Zhang and Bakoli, he's delivered.
And also, just a quick one on Fabio Wardley. Obviously, he's now under Frank Warren's Queensberry banner. How important is that for him? Obviously, Frank Warren is such a huge influence on boxing in giving him these opportunities and giving him these sort of, effectively, these like world title shot fights, really.
Yeah, Frank's taken over the heavyweight division. You only have to look at that stable, and it's actually incredible. So much so, I mean, you've got fighters going out to Nigeria and Adelaide and Makoli, so he's almost got more fighters than he's got fight dates. So yeah, it's a big stable, and what he can do is match fighters within the stable, and that's what we're seeing with Fabio Joseph Parker. So yeah, Frank's he's been around with everyone. He's done the Sky in Ben Shalom, he's done Matchroom with Eddie, and now he's probably at the best place for him right now, because again, Frank's the master of the heavyweight division. But he'll go anywhere. If there's a fight and it's on that side of the road, he'll pop over to that side of the road as well. So he isn't limited to one promotional stable, but I think the promotional stable he's got right now is perfect for him.
And just finally, just a quick one. Who is going to win this fight? I mean, it's so neck and neck. I mean, the whole world's attention is on this fight. Obviously, I think it's probably fair to say that the winner will probably go on and fight Usyk. Who do you think it's going to be?
I think it has to be Joseph as favourite. He has to start as favourite. I'm very much a case of what have you done? And Joseph has fought everyone for the past 10 years. Like, you run down the list of wins or losses, that experience he's gained from fighting Carlos Takam, fighting Andy Ruiz, fighting Derek Chisora, fighting Dillian White, fighting AJ, fighting Deontay Wilder, Zhang, Bakoli, now Warren. He's got so much experience, and there isn't a lot of miles on the clock. He's not damaged goods. So if Joseph is as good as he was last year or the year before, I think Joseph gets it done.
But thank you so much, Ade. Always appreciate you. Thank you, bro. That was brilliant.